Hello everybody, today I'm going to review Eyewitness Books Flying Machine. And these are all the other DK Eyewitness books here. Okay, here's the introduction pages. So the contents. Okay, well what we got here are people wanting to imitate birds to fly. And at the bottom here, these ducks here are called canvasbacks. And these are male canvasbacks, as in the boy canvasbacks. And lighter than air, here is another method that people use to get airborne with, meaning get into the air. Lighter than air flying machines consist of, as shown right here. They're mostly balloons and blimps. You know, like these gas balloons here, and a hot air balloon like this one. Gliding aloft is what we have here. Well, nowadays, for gliders, you see motorless airplanes. Yeah, people still do, as shown right here, you know. They're either called parasails or hang gliders. One notable person who has flown this thing here was someone by the name of Otto Lilienthal. Ooh, now we're getting into powered flight. Powered flight means an engine is applied to assist the aircraft in movement. And then it evolved. This is what the historic aviators wore most of the time. Even more wings were added. Evolving. Oh my gosh, even more. It's going to evolve. Now with light aircraft here, as you can see up here with the Golf Alpha Triple Sierra, that's a typical recreational aircraft that you'll see a lot. And these airplanes could also be used for hire as well, depending on the company. Using for hire means use the aircraft for commercial purposes, such as sightseeing, things like that. Up here is your Spirit of St. Louis, which is November-X-ray-211 as its registration. The aircraft had flown from New York to Paris within a matter of just a few days. It's quite long, right? If you've heard the story about Charles A. Lindbergh, he was the person who did that. Now here's what an engine looks like for an aircraft. As you see here, you have a so-called flying boat. Or is that a flying boat? You guys let me know in the comment box. Here's a propeller. It's the instrument that's used to help the plane or whatever the aircraft is move. And here we're evolving into airliners. Now, one of the first known jet airliners was this de Havilland Comet, as you can see here. And nowadays, you have this Korean Air Boeing 747-400, as you can see right here. Now this de Havilland Comet here, or at least I think this one was involved in an accident over the Mediterranean a while back. All lives aboard were claimed. Now this aircraft here, the Korean Air 747-400, right here, you know, it still flies today, or at least I think. And a 300 version of this airplane here had an accident in Guam due to the fact that the pilots couldn't really see the airport and they hit a hill. And here's a little jetliner here that's being built. The inside. Seating row. Here. Jet propulsion. Now we're getting into the jet engine. Now this Bell X-1 rocket plane here, I think according to my understandings, has evolved from the Yokosuka MXY-7 Oka, a Japanese kamikaze rocket plane. Well, this one here was flown by Chuck E. Yeager. Not Chuck E. Cheese, but Chuck E. Yeager. A notable man who had broken the sound barrier. Now this aircraft was dropped from a Boeing B-29 Superfortress and not a Mitsubishi G4M Betty. Ooh, here you have your Concorde. This aircraft lasted from the 70s until the early 2000s. Reasons for retirement: not getting enough funds, and that one incident about the Concorde which had changed the world forever, which happened on 7/25/2000 in France after takeoff, when a tire was blown in it and pieces of the tire went into the fuel tank, igniting the fuel, causing a fire, and causing the aircraft to crash. Only difference was it was not British Airways like this one, it was Air France. Now in fiction, a Concorde was written off. And it was the same one, you know? It was registered as Foxtrot-Bravo Tango Sierra Charlie. I mean, both in fiction and in real life, that aircraft was written off. I mean, the fictional cause of the aircraft to be written off was sabotage. See the Concorde Airport 79. You'll know what I mean. Ooh, landing gear. Landing gear, helps with aircraft's movement on the ground or on the water. All this is landing gear. These are the wheels for it. While others, are on water. While others, are in boat form, such as the PBY Catalina and the Martin 130. Those airplanes would be called flying boats. I'm going to get through this really quickly, okay? I'm going to see if I could get to some of my other favorite parts in the book. So look. controlling the aircraft. This is how it's done. Yep, that's how it's done. Ooh, in the cockpit. That's what you'll see. This belongs to an Airbus, I know for sure. I mean, look at all the buttons and all that good stuff in there. How I know this belongs to Airbus? Flight Simulator X. Instruments. Ooh, black box. One of my favorite things in there. Yeah, I like to play with voice recorders for sure. Oh, evolution of the helicopter. One in today's world. Oh, hot air balloon in today's world we have here. Here we have your so-called blimp. A chapter that I've been wanting to get to show you guys because as I used to check this out from the library when I was a little kid. And now I own the book forever. This is what's here. Here you have your Airship Industries Lightship. As you can see here. Well, at least I think. Yes. It's a light ship, I call it. Meaning it's lighter than air. And I can see here that it carries a British registration. The Golf Sierra Kilo Low Sierra Bravo, as you can see down there. And this is where the people sit. Now the evolution of the blimp had also come from, as shown here, the airship. Now this one here is destroyed due to an act of war, because this blimp here, or this airship here, was used for combat purposes. And then from there came the passenger airships, which were then stopped due to a disaster, which I'm sure most of you are familiar with. And also during that time, when rigid airships were around, blimps were used for scouting purposes. Now there's a big difference between this and a blimp. A blimp does not have ridges. And how blimps got their name was when someone flicked the fabric, it would go make a funny sound like blimp, and that was it. Well, let's see what else we have here. We have a sailplane, a motorless airplane, mind you. And human kite, portable planes. Oh, did you know facts? Who's who? Well, that's it. If there's anything I could do better, please let me know in the comment box below. Thank you.